Assalamualaikum. For the group assignment, we choose the title of Employee Safety and Health. So, here is our group member. Okay, let's start with the introduction. It is very important to practice occupational safety and health in an organization for the well-being and safety of employees and employers. By maintaining the welfare and safety of employees, it can improve the performance of an organization. So, in this presentation, we will focus on the impact of not emphasizing occupational safety and health in an organization. The first point is the impact on employer, which is high production cost. As shown in the slide, salary costs amounted to approximately 45% of total costs incurred by employers. Productivity loss and returning costs each accounted for a further 21%. Therefore, the largest amount of loss the employers faced in these case studies was for the continued payment of salaries to absent staff and the cost of replacement staff or resultant overtime. For example, in Hugh O'Carroll case, Hugh is a manufacturing plant worker in his 20s. In 2005, Hugh was clearing a blockage from a stationary machine when another worker switched on the machine. This caused the blades in the machine to operate. Hugh had the tops of his index and middle finger on his left hand amputated. So from this accident, the employer needs to pay more than €49,000, including the salary cost of the injured employee, medical expenses, returning of staff in machinery safety, and poster campaign. Meanwhile, the personal injury has been estimated to be in the region of €200,000. Therefore, we can see that employers have to bear the high cost when an accident occurs in an organization.
Okay, next example was shown by a study from Ladd et al. 2003, which has estimated the total cost of injuries and illness, either it fatal or non-fatal, in the US to be around $250 billion a year. The chart here puts into perspective just how much money is spent on the workplace injuries and illness that affect the employers and employees. Also, it's shown in the chart the bulk of the $250 billion number goes toward injuries event. Okay, moving on to the real case scenario. Donaka Oriodon is an electrician in his 60s, and one day he fell about 20 feet from a ladder located in an underground storage bunker. He had spent 8 weeks recovering from cracked and bruised ribs. So from this incident, the employer need to pay more than €30, which include the salary cost of injured employee, and also the cost was run which to make an improvement to assess the ventilation in the bunker.
Next, not implying OSHA in an organization will have effects on the employee too. The injured employee will suffer psychological problems. Based on the graph Haima and Perez Gonzalez 2007, it shows the psychological effects faced by the injured employees. As you can see from the graph, anxiety affected over half of the injured employees. Depression also affects 1/4 of the case studies, and only a few of them are facing stress from the injury. Moving on to the real case scenario, Brenda Ling suffers from depression. She works as a caterer in her early 40s. One day while working, she tripped and then suffers from a shoulder injury, and she's off from work for over 6 years. In conclusion, we can see how OSHA is very important in the workplace. It can assure the safety and health of the employees at work, thus lowering injury or illness and cost. A safe and healthy workplace attracts and retains quality employees. For recommendation, an organization should provide training to all workers in a language that they can understand. They must also comply with all applicable OSHA standards.
So here is some reference that we use in this presentation. That's all from us. Thank you.